I'm Brooke. Mia and I grew up together in one of those tiny cornfield towns in Iowa where everybody knows your name and the biggest scandal is who's sneaking around with whose ex. We were glued at the hip since kindergarten. Mia was the soft one, always reading under the big oak behind the school, long brown hair catching the breeze, smiling at everything like the world was secretly kind. Me? Total opposite, loud, restless, dead set on getting the hell out and making it big, somewhere that wasn't surrounded by soybeans. That summer I got into a huge university in California. Plane ticket booked, suitcases packed, everything ready, except saying goodbye to Mia. Des Moines Airport was busier than usual, or maybe my heart was just hammering so loud it felt that way. Mia stood with me at security, clutching the straps of her beat-up backpack, eyes red but refusing to cry. I babbled nonstop so I wouldn't have to feel anything. Hey, don't look so sad. It's only 4 years, it'll fly by. Then I'll come home, marry some local guy, pop out kids, and we'll sit under that oak tree gossiping like old times. She gave a tiny smile that didn't reach her eyes, nodded, and whispered, yeah. Not goodbye. Just, see you later. I turned to go, but my feet wouldn't move. I really looked at her, wind from the airport vents blowing her hair everywhere, those calm green eyes that always made the chaos in my head go quiet. My throat closed up. Then I did something we'd never done, not like this. I stepped in and hugged her. Hard. Not some quick best friend pat on the back. A real, full body, face buried in her hair hug. She smelled like the same mint shampoo she's used since we were 12 and it wrecked me. Her arms locked around my back like she was scared I'd vanish if she let go. I could feel her heart pounding against mine. Hell, I couldn't tell whose was whose anymore. We held on way past normal. Long enough that a TSA guy cleared his throat. When we finally pulled apart, both of us had wet eyes and couldn't speak. Just a tiny nod, because words would have broken us. I walked through security without looking back. Because I knew if I did, I'd sprint right back into her arms and never let go. The plane took off. I watched Iowa shrink beneath the clouds, and all I could feel was the warmth from that last hug and one question I wasn't ready to answer. Was that really just friendship? California's 2 time zones away, but it felt like a whole damn ocean. My days were slammed, 8 a.m. classes, waiting tables till 5, library study groups till they kicked us out. Mia stayed behind in our little town, ringing up groceries at Hy-Vee, getting off at 10 p.m., showering, then waiting for me. I never asked her to wait. But every time I opened FaceTime she was there, curled up in her old bed by the window, amber lamp glow on her face, hair in a messy ponytail, fighting sleep just to smile at me. Brooke home yet? I'll wait a little longer. Her sleepy, raspy voice made me want to crawl through the screen. Some nights I didn't get back till 1:30 a.m. I'd see a missed call from 47 minutes earlier and panic call her back, terrified she'd be mad. She'd pick up on the first ring, hugging a pillow, eyes red from waiting. I thought you forgot about me. Are you insane? I could forget literally anyone else first. After that I started sending her video diaries, grainy phone clips of the bus ride home with LA lights streaking past, me eating instant ramen in the dorm kitchen while ranting about some guy in class who bombed asking me out, me flopped on my bed whispering, today sucked, but seeing you fixes everything. She rarely typed back. She sent videos instead. One night I opened a 4-minute, 32-second clip of her walking home after a late shift, empty streets, frosty streets, her breath fogging in the November air, voice barely above a whisper like someone might overhear. Brooke. I miss how your hair smelled like sunshine in summer. It's so cold here and nobody warms my hands anymore. I watched it on loop until my chest hurt. Sometimes we'd talk until one of us passed out. I'd wake up at 5 a.m. with the phone still hot against my ear, screen glowing, Mia curled under her blanket, mouth slightly open, sleeping peacefully. I'd just watch her for a minute and mouth, "Good night, Mia." But neither of us ever said the word love. We were both scared to death of it. So we stuck to our ritual, "I miss you so much." I miss you more. Wait for me, okay? Always. That was it. Yet every time we hung up I'd lie there hugging my pillow like it was her, knowing that airport hug wasn't a normal best friend hug. It was the hug of two idiots in love who wouldn't admit it. California taught me that the bigger the city, the easier it is to lose people. I made new friends, loud, fun, always dragging me to beach parties and rooftop bars. I laughed more, posted prettier stories. But every time I opened my chat with Mia I felt guilty. Her replies slowed. I'd text at 11 p.m. my time, 1 a.m. hers, and wouldn't get a "seen" until 3 a.m. I knew she was sleeping, but I'd still get pissed, still spiral. Who's she with? Is she smiling at someone else like that? One Friday I came home buzzed from a Santa Monica party and drunk dialed her. No answer. I called again. And again. It was 4:17 a.m. in Iowa. I lost it and sent a paragraph. Asleep already or out with some guy? I regretted it the second I hit send, but before I could unsend she replied with one word. Asleep. Then a photo, her in bed, puffy sleepy eyes, hugging the teddy bear I gave her in high school, caption in tiny letters. Just sleeping, dummy. I sat on the bathroom floor crying like an idiot. Meanwhile in Iowa, Mia was crying too. She told me later about the afternoon she watched an old video of me laughing in the cafeteria, arm around some gorgeous blonde classmate. Totally innocent, but Mia replayed it 100 times. That's when I realized I didn't just miss my best friend. I missed the way Brooke used to look at me like I was her whole world. And now she's looking at someone else like that. So Mia grabbed coffee after work with Jake, tall, sweet guy from Hy-Vee guy who always made her laugh. One normal coffee. She posted a smiling selfie on her story. I saw it 15 minutes later and lost my mind. I called her at 6 a.m. my time, furious. She answered half asleep. Who's that guy? She blinked, then gave a tired smile. Coworker. One coffee. You're grinning like an idiot. Silence. Then so quietly I had to crank the volume. You grin with girls out there all the time. I never said anything. I had nothing. We just breathed at each other across 2,000 miles. Then she whispered, almost to herself. Distance makes everything huge. Missing you is huge. Jealousy is huge. Pain is huge. I bit my lip till it bled. I don't want to smile at anyone but you. She started sobbing on the other end. Me too. I only want you. We talked until the sun came up over LA and went down over Iowa. We never said, I love you, out loud, but we both finally admitted the truth. The distance didn't push us apart. It just stopped letting us hide. We were jealous because we were in love. I planned it in secret for 3 weeks. Told my mom I was coming home for a weekend, booked the earliest flight I could, round trip, Friday to Sunday, just to see her in person. Landed in Des Moines Saturday morning, freezing my ass off in a hoodie. Ubered straight to her house clutching a box of apple cinnamon donuts from the little shop by campus, the kind she loves that you can't get in Iowa. I rang the doorbell with my heart in my throat. Door opened. Mia in an oversized cream sweater, low ponytail, sleepy swollen eyes. She stared, mouth open, speechless. Surprise, idiot. She launched herself at me so hard we almost toppled. That first real hug in 3 months, no screen, no delay, just her heartbeat slamming into mine, mint shampoo and cold air and Mia. I buried my face in her neck and breathed her in like I was scared I'd wake up. We both cried. Stood on her porch sobbing until her mom came out laughing, girls, it's freezing, get inside. That weekend was a 48-hour dream. Saturday afternoon I borrowed her dad's old pickup and drove us to Sailorville Lake. I drove, she rode shotgun, fingers laced over the gearshift the whole way. No music, just wind and us. We spread a blanket in the truck bed like we did in high school and lay on our backs watching clouds. She played every video diary I'd ever sent her. The tiny phone screen lit our faces blue. She teared up at the one where I cried over a bad grade, laughed at the one where I burned microwave popcorn. Then she showed me videos she'd recorded but never sent, her alone in her room talking to the camera like it was me, saying some nights she hugged her pillow and cried because no one stroked her hair the way I used to. I couldn't take it anymore. I pulled her into my lap. Mia. I don't want to be just best friends anymore. She looked up, eyes shining, lips trembling into a smile. Me neither. I leaned in until our noses touched, breaths mixing. One more inch and we'd kiss. But we both froze. Terrified. Scared that saying it out loud, crossing that line, would change everything forever and we could never go back to just friends if it went wrong. So we just held each other under the Iowa sunset, trading tiny kisses on hair, on necks, on cheeks, sweet, aching, but not the one we both wanted. Sunday night I was back at that same tiny airport. This goodbye hug was tighter, longer, desperate. She was shaking in my arms. I already booked Christmas break, I whispered into her ear. Next time I'm staying longer. She nodded against my shoulder, tears soaking my shirt. I'll wait. I walked through security and finally looked back. She was still there, waving, mouthing something I couldn't hear. I knew what it was. I wanted to say it too. But we were still cowards. 2 weeks till Christmas. Next time, I swore I'd say it loud enough for the whole world to hear. I thought that surprise weekend would fix everything. Thought one tight hug and lying in the back of a pickup would be enough to close 2,000 miles. Reality slapped me hard. New semester dumped 18 credits on me plus an unpaid internship downtown. 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. days. Some nights I fell asleep at the library desk, woke to 9 missed calls from Mia, managed 1 text, sorry bae, exhausted, then passed out again. Her sweet, did you eat, texts turned into, you still alive, and then, nothing. I knew I was pushing her away, but stopping felt like drowning. Back in Iowa winter hit record cold. One Thursday a blizzard knocked out power across town. Mia sat shivering in the dark, lit only by her phone, scrolling through every photo of us from kindergarten to last month's airport hug. She called me. I was in a silent study room, phone on mute. She left a 147 voicemail. I didn't hear it till the next morning, surrounded by strangers in the library. Her voice was raw, shaking from cold and tears. Brooke. I can't do this anymore. I miss you so bad it hurts in my stomach, like actual pain. I watch your videos and want to smash my phone because I can't touch you. I know you're busy, I know you're chasing your future and I'm so proud. But I don't want to be just your best friend anymore. I miss you in a way that's not best friend missing. I'm in love with you. I want to kiss you, hold your hand everywhere, fall asleep next to you every night. If you don't feel the same, I'll learn to be okay. But I can't pretend anymore. I'm tired, Brooke. It ended with the tiniest broken sob and a click. I sat in the middle of Powell Library crying so hard people stared. Didn't care. Felt like my ribs were cracking open. How long had I been lying to myself with, she's just my best friend? I ran into the hallway and called her back. She didn't pick up until the 5th try, voice hoarse. Hello? I was already sobbing. Mia. I listened to everything. I'm in love with you too. Have been since that first airport hug. I was scared so I hid behind being busy. But I can't anymore. I love you, Mia. Like want to marry you, love. Silence. Then loud, messy crying on her end. Really? Really? 1000%. Wait for me just a little longer. Christmas I'm coming home and I'm saying it to your face, kissing you in front of everyone so the whole world knows you're mine. She laughed through tears. Hurry. I can't wait anymore. 12 days suddenly felt like forever and no time at all. 12 days after the voicemail that broke me, I video called her on a blazing California afternoon. No more dancing around it. Mia, look at me. She was bundled in a thick sweater, cheeks pink from cold, still a little nervous. I'm done loving you long distance, I said, voice shaking but sure. I talked to my advisor. Next semester I'm switching to University of Iowa online, or transferring back completely. I don't need LA, I don't need fancy internships. I only need you. She slapped a hand over her mouth, tears spilling instantly. Brooke, are you sure? Your dream. My dream is waking up every morning with you beside me. We'll figure the rest out. She nodded frantically, sobbing, come home to me. December 23rd I took the last flight into Des Moines. No goodbye tears this time. Just Mia on the other side of arrivals in a red coat and the scarf I gave her last year, holding a ridiculous handwritten sign. My girl's here, come get your hug. I dropped my carry-on mid-concourse and ran. She jumped into my arms, legs wrapping around my waist, squeezing so tight I could barely breathe. And right there in the middle of Christmas-crowded airport, I kissed her. Our first kiss. Slow, shaky, cold Iowa lips warming fast. I tasted salt, hers or mine, didn't matter. She clung to my neck and whispered against my mouth, you're home, you're really home. I laughed, kissing the tears off her cheeks. I'm home. Not leaving again. A few weeks later we rented a tiny one-bedroom apartment 20 minutes outside town. Small kitchen, bedroom barely fits the bed, windows looking out on snow-covered cornfields. Nothing fancy, but it's ours. That first night sleeping tangled together, no screens, no time zones, just Mia's head on my chest, our fingers locked, my hands stroking her hair. Go to sleep, baby, I murmured. I'm right here. She smiled in the dark, voice sleepy soft, best dream I ever had came true. I kissed her forehead and whispered. Turns out distance didn't break us. It just showed us who we choose. Forever. And forever starts with you. I chose Mia. From that first airport hug to the day I die. I'm Brooke, and I'm finally home.